Howdy, howdy. Welcome back to another video. It is the 30th of July. It's 5:44 p.m. in the afternoon. Thanks for those who are tuning in for another video. Got a poem today about being prepared. I think I've read this one before, but yeah, um, it was a decent day. I had another driving lesson this morning, and another one of those fucking days where just felt a bit. I don't know if anybody's or listening to this has had to learn manual, but obviously each car is different, and so and anyone that's trying to teach you how to drive manual, everyone has their own way of fucking driving manual. And even with I've had two driving lessons with these two separate guys, and each of them had their own fucking little techniques. And sometimes I just realized that, like, even though they're professionals, not every trick or tip kind of works with everybody. And I also found that, like, in an hour space, like, it's just a constant barrage of fucking talking and instructions that I'm kind of comfortable driving. I was more comfortable driving my Ute than I was in the learning car this morning, and I don't know what it was, but yeah, I was just so tense because it just felt like a lot of pressure. Like you're doing a physical activity, trying not to fuck up while someone is telling you how not to fuck up. And it was just it was just very, very interesting because I found myself continuously trying to be like, stay calm, stay calm, stay calm. Um, Even though I was quite tense throughout it all. And yeah, I knew I wanted to talk about it in my video, but I just didn't know how to. So I've just kind of blurted it out. Very, very nice lesson today in trying to stay as calm as possible. Um, I have a poem about being prepared. I think whilst I was in the car, I kept thinking about how I need to practice these maneuvers, and that's all I kept thinking about. So, yeah, I learned how to do a hill start today. It was all right. I think it'll be a lot harder in my Ute, but I need to practice, practice, practice. So I've got this poem that I wanted to read out. It's called "Be Prepared" by Randy L. McClave. Take a deep breath and be prepared. Don't be nervous or ever scared. It will happen, as it has happened to me. Remember, if it's meant to be, it will be. When you are ready, it will always occur. Sometimes it will happen like a blur. So, never be unprepared or even guessing. The universe has a funny way of blessing. Whether it's with people or things it knows, it sees inside of your soul and sees what grows. So, when you walk, always be contrived and steady, and always, always be ready. Whether it's a moment or even a meeting, it will happen without thought or cheating. Now lift up your expectations and veil. Now exhale. Bang, that last line was more or less the reason I chose this poem. Now lift up your expectations and veil and exhale. I think that's what really got me this morning was my overthinking about what was happening and my expectations of what I was going to get out of the lesson. As I do with a lot of fucking things that I'm doing, especially something where I'm feeling a lot of pressure, it's often not what's in front of me. It's often what I'm thinking about that's not being present. Like, especially with driving, all I kept thinking about was, this instructor, what's he thinking of me, or drivers behind me or in front of me, and it's all this expectation that I was supposed to feel comfortable learning. And I think one of the most valuable things I learned this morning was the instructor was just like, what sort of car are we driving now? And it was one of the ones that they have, right? And it was just like, there is an L plate plastered all over our front bonnet, one at the side, and all over the back. If people don't realize that you're learning right now, they will never, like, that's the expectation for you is to fuck up, stall, is to, make a mistake while you're driving. Get out of your head. You don't have to be perfect. You came here to learn how to drive. And I remember as he was saying that, I was just like, fuck. Like, so true. I didn't have to be perfect for the guy. So it was very hard to get out of my head in that sense. And when he said that, it felt like, okay, yeah, I can kind of see it now from that perspective. But I was so in my head that it was hard to. I completely forgot that I was in a fucking learner's car with the posters all around me, telling everyone else that I'm a learner. But yeah, I guess upon reflection, it was my expectations. It was that veil of anxiety, of worrying about what other people think, of worrying about what I think of myself. And I think in order to take action, you really have to get out of that habit, because I think that veil is just blinding. It really is. It stops you from taking a lot of action. So it was a nice, even though it was rough this morning in the sense that I was just so in my head, I guess, with the poem, and I'm kind of thinking about it in hindsight. At least I fucking went. I didn't cancel, and at least I got to do a hill start. At least I learned in the car that I'm probably going to do my actual manuals test in. So, yeah. Actually, talking about it kind of helped. Anyways, that's my video for today. I'll leave it there, but be prepared. I think being prepared is very important, but I think that major step in it is getting out of your head. That's something that I do a lot, is stuck in my head, and it stops me from taking a lot of action, and that's missed opportunities right there. Anyways, I'll throw my hands up. Deuces. I'll see you guys tomorrow.